everyone, and welcome back to First Things First. Look who's here. Former All-Pro running back Brian Westbrook joins us this morning.
Called Shake and Bake.
You good? Family's
I'm great.
Good?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you for waking up early for us on New Year's
Very
Day.
early.
All right, we got a lot to talk about today. Let's start with the Cowboys. They closed out the regular season with a solid win over the Giants. Good win for the team. Good performance from their quarterback, Dak Prescott. Now, he'll need another one next week against the Seahawks. He'll also need Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke won the rushing title despite sitting out Sunday's game. Jason Garrett said the move keeps him, quote, fresher moving forward. All right, Brian, what do you think the Cowboys need to get out of Zeke if they are going to beat the Seahawks?
Well, I think when you talk about Zeke, you just get the same thing every game. You get 150 yards, you get 120 rushing yards, you get 30 or 40 receiving yards, and you just feed him. Yeah. Allow him to control the pace of the game. I love the fact that they gave him a week off, though. And I just know as a running back, that week off means an extra yard or two on almost every carry. Oh. That means you're able to get to the edge. You're able to make people miss. You're able to get in space and now get those extra yards. Allow your legs to get fresh. Andy Reid, routinely, if we were already in the playoffs, he gave us that week off, allowed us to have fresh legs coming into the playoffs. That makes all the difference in the world. Screen game, the run game as well. Big time week off for Ezekiel Elliott.
And you guys were one of the best teams ever early in the postseason. Like, I understand people seeing Andy Reid and it had some struggles later in the postseason, but you guys weren't a one and done.
No.
I mean, 4 straight NFC championship appearances, Super Bowl appearance in there. So, like, we were talking during the break, it wasn't just Zeke who got the week off. We know the linemen, technically, they did get the week off. But the defense kind of did as well. When you only play 15 minutes time of possession on the field, I've never seen a stat like that. I can't remember the last NFL game where one team had the ball for 45 minutes like Dallas did. So the defense is going to come in fresh to a degree, which is important because quietly this last month of football, this Dallas defense, which through the first 13 weeks was allowing 18 points a game, it's been allowing 25 points a game, been allowing 50 more yards per game. The defense needs to sharpen up because they are about to go up against the best rushing attack in the NFC in the Seattle Seahawks.
One of the things that I love that Jason Garrett did was that he played Dak in this game. He gave him 44 passing attempts just to get some confidence, just to say, listen, we're going to need to be able to throw the ball at some point in the playoffs. Let's get some confidence in week 17. Allow you to go out there and try to complete some balls. Get some confidence as a player. We know what we're going to do with Zeke. We're going to give him 25 carries. We're going to give him 5 or 6 touches in the passing game. But we need our quarterback to go out there and to be able to throw the football. 44 passing attempts, 4 touchdowns for Dak Prescott. That was impressive. Great coaching call from Jason Garrett.
Now, during your run, you guys went against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers routinely, and they were a physical outfit. And you guys were more of a zone finesse type of run style. How did you get that respect? Because you know that, Zeke and the Dallas is going to have to get the respect from that physical defense that's going to come in, mainly Bobby Wagner. How did you say, okay, I'm going to have to make sure that straight ahead, no fair dodging on some of these linebackers early in the game so you can get that respect?
Well, for me, it was all about making guys miss, getting to the edge, not getting that full shot on the body. But for the offensive line, it's a mindset. And it starts the first day of practice. It's a mindset. We have to be physical and nasty up front. If we want to win, we have to win in the trenches. Andy Reid preached that every single week. For Dallas, it's no different. One of the better offensive lines in the league. Be physical and nasty in the trenches. That leads to winning in the playoffs.
Unless you fall behind early. Then you're going to have to give the ball to Dak, and you're going to have to say, go do what you've done down the stretch. How much do you trust Dak Prescott to do that?
Well, that's why I brought up the point about Jason Garrett. That's why you give him 44 passing attempts in the final game of the season that is almost meaningless. That's why you do that, because at some point in the playoffs, you're going to have to put up 30 points. You're going to have to score. You're going to have to throw the ball 35 times. That means Dak has to be prepared. You give him those 4 touchdowns, 44 attempts, that's huge for him.
If they beat Seattle, they're playing either the Rams or the Saints. We'll see how the bracket falls. I do not think 13-10 is duplicable.
No.
Especially because it's on the road wherever they play, either in the Coliseum or in the Superdome. And I totally agree with you that I thought Sunday's game was the most meaningless game you could have from a player, because the one question for Dallas, to me at least, is the quarterback and the passing attack. I like their defense, even though it's been a little shaky down the stretch. I love their running game. Jason Garrett's fine. Like, I don't think he's the greatest coach, but he's not. I don't think coaching's going to kill him in the playoffs. The question is the passing attack. So it's not only they threw for 380 yards and 4 touchdowns, arguably statistically the best game of his career. It was 4th and 15, down 7. The strike to Cole Beasley on the run, following it up with extending the play on the 2-point conversion. Even if I still don't have a ton of faith in Dak Prescott, he's got to internally feel like, man, I'm Dak bleeping Prescott. 13-3 my rookie year. Maybe should have been league MVP. Got us to the playoffs. Went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers. Yep. Last year, we were relevant. We were right there, even though we didn't have Zeke. And this year, look at what we've done again. Started 3-5, won 7 of 8 down the stretch. Like, he's got to be feeling the best he's felt about his ability all season. And I think that matters. And for defenses, now all of a sudden it's like, wait. Like Blake Jarwin is someone we have to at least pay attention to. Like, there's different things on tape Seattle now has to deal with during the limited time of the week.
For quarterbacks in the playoffs, it's about experience, composure, and confidence. And you gave Dak an opportunity to get some confidence. You gave him some experience in his last couple years playing. I think this is just bodes well for exactly what he wants to do. Seattle's not going to come out and throw up 35 points. Now that allows your passing game to develop a little bit more, give it a little bit more time.
Can you fear this Dallas team? Do they instill a sense of any of that with them? I know they have Zeke and Dak has played well, but you just always feel like are they a team that you worry about their defense and you worry about them running the ball?
Well, the one thing that I love in playoff football, be able to run the football, be able to stop the run and play good physical defense on the outside. Dallas has that ability to do that across the board. I love teams that have that opportunity. And when you look at Seattle, they almost could do the same thing. #1 rushing team in the league. They play great defense and they're physical. And so this is going to be a good battle this Sunday.
I just don't know. I think coaching advantage goes to Seattle. I think quarterback, Seattle. I think run game goes to Seattle, experience Seattle. I just don't know how this Dallas team figures out a way to win. I think they can be in it because Seattle's never going to blow you out, but they wear you down physically and mentally on both sides of the ball. And that dude over there chewing that gum knows how to coach his butt off.
Dallas has been a tremendous home team. I would give them almost, if this was 4-5 in the other direction, I would give Dallas almost no chance to go on the road in Seattle and win this game. What I will say, though, is as far as Seahawks, they are the Cowboys, just a little bit better version in almost every area. They don't have a running back as good as Zeke, but they have a more potent overall rushing attack. As good as Amari Cooper has been, Doug Baldwin has shown you repeatedly he's a true #1 receiver. We know Russell Wilson is one of the greatest playoff quarterbacks and just one of the greatest overall quarterbacks in the league. And you mentioned Pete Carroll, man. Like they have, to me, the better units. But home field, it's tough to go on the road and win a playoff game. And Dallas has that going for them, and they have the confidence of what happened over the last 8 games of the season.
All right, Brian, stick around.
And won 7 of 8 down the stretch.
Coming up, we'll talk to your former team. Should the Eagles stick with Nick Foles, even if